lighting is so bad right now. So I just finished doing chest, and I had told you guys that this was going to be, a series on like my comeback and everything like that. And man, I don't remember ever, like in any period of time I've ever taken off before, ever it being feeling that weak, doing a muscle group in my entire life. I've always taken, throughout my career as a bodybuilder, like I've taken 3 and 4 months off here and there, just to let my body fully recover. But that was my first chest workout since I've been back, and I could barely push the 100-pound dumbbells, and it just made me feel like, I don't know if it's age or the fact that I did like some cable crossovers first to try to warm up my pecs, because I tore a pec at one point. So I'm kind of careful with that, because I know at 39, 40, if I tear that fucker again, we're pretty much an average Joe. And being an average Joe to me is like, I might as well just sit in the bathtub with a fucking hairdryer. But yeah, man, I could barely fucking push those hundreds, and it was weird to me because, I'm used to being able to push the 150s for, a good 8 to 10 reps, and, bang out the 200s for, 3 or 4 with a solid spotter. I could barely push the hundreds. Now, granted, I'm at my home gym, and things are always a little different at home. You don't have the same atmosphere. You're by yourself. The motivation's not necessarily as high. But, I mean, it just showed me, like, the age thing, I guess, catching up, I've always been able to bounce back really quickly, and I'm not saying that I won't. It's just a matter of, wow, I've never experienced that. Like, even after 4 months off in the past, I could go in the gym, do a couple warm-up sets with maybe like the 50s or 60s, and hit the hundreds for 10 or 12, no problem. I've always done my heavy compound movements first, so I've just never experienced that before. I guess it was a little bit of humility coming my way via the big guy, maybe because I talked a little shit earlier on some people I was upset with or whatever. But I need everyone to remember, like, if I'm talking some shit about somebody or something, rest assured it's nothing I would not say to their face. You know what I mean? I am not that dude that, like, goes and vents on fucking the internet or YouTube or whatever, and tries to sound like a tough guy, and then wouldn't say it, to the same person's face that I'm talking about. So rest assured, earlier when I was bitching about that fucking cow that works at the pharmacy I was using, I definitely would tell her to her face the exact same thing, because I felt like she was in the wrong. The people I have spoken to about it and explained the situation to feel like she was in the wrong. to behave like that at your job is just so very unprofessional that it almost makes it worse. You know, it's like if you run into somebody on the street or whatever, and you know, they're talking a little bit of shit or whatever's going on, that's one thing, man. But when you're at your job and somebody calls and they have like a legitimate issue that they want to take up with you, now mind you, I wasn't trying to get anything from them. I wasn't trying to manipulate them. I was merely trying to clear up a situation so that I understood in my head. And she was just such a classic soccer mom, wear a jogging suit every day, drive a minivan cunt about it, that I just found it to be extremely unprofessional. And I didn't say anything in retaliation to her at the time for fear that it would further jeopardize my position with the brand new doctor that I'm seeing. Because he then called me back and said that he got a conflicting story, meaning they fucking lied to him because I didn't. But at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding, and I have the pill bottle with someone else's name on it. You know, it has my name on it, but it has a different doctor's name on it. And that is, at the end of the day, what I was trying to clear up with them is the fact that they put my old doctor's name on the bottle. And the reason it was a concern to me is because when you start seeing a new doctor, as I said, you sign this contract that says, I will not see multiple doctors. So, you know, in my mind, I figured, you know, someday I go in there, he types it into the computer, sees that, and goes, oh, so you saw da-da-da-da-da and me on the same day. You know what I mean? That was my concern. And that's all I was trying to clear up. And this woman, basically after, I'd say 3 minutes of conversation, said to me that we were going around in circles and that I was wasting her time and mine, and hung up the phone on me. Literally hung up the phone on me. Now, I'm talking about a place of business. You know, she didn't say, you know, I have another call to take, or I'm going to be hanging up, or speak to my manager, nothing. She literally just said, I was wasting her time, and hung the fucking phone up. And I was like, me being the person I am, I'm like, I have my phone, and I'm so tempted to, like, call back and just, like, fucking light into this bitch. But I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't, because, in a month when I see the doctor again, I just want to show him the bottle and say to him, see, this is the situation. Anyway, there's no more point in us talking about it. Well, you guys don't give a fuck. But I do, as I often do since I started doing this, like, in the comments, if you guys have had a similar situation or something like that, and you have some words of wisdom or advice for me, feel free, you know, to, like, you know, shoot it at me. And hey, you know what, if you feel like I was overreacting, let me know that too, because sometimes I do, you know, I'm a hot-tempered dude sometimes, but the reality in the situation was I just don't think it was me. Anyway, yeah, dude, My first chest workout since I've been back, and I could barely push the fucking hundreds. I guess it's like age catching up, and the fact that I'm not on any enhancement drugs right now whatsoever. You know, I'm basically on food. I mean, I haven't even started any pro hormones yet or anything like that. So, maybe it's that. Maybe it's the first one. Maybe I did something yesterday or the day before that was super strenuous that I didn't even realize I did. Fuck if I know. Anyway, so since I got the new dog, I used to be the type of person that stayed up until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would get up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and start my day then. Since I got the new dog, I now try to go to bed by like 10 or 11. And today and tomorrow especially, because I don't know if I mentioned it, but like my dog has been having this like hacking type sneeze, cough, snort, blow combination thing that I thought maybe she had a cold, so I called the vet, and they're like, oh no, you know, you want to bring her in to make sure she didn't, you know, inhale something like a foxtail that apparently can, like, get in the bloodstream and, you know, go to their heart and, you know, lead to something as serious as surgery or, God forbid, worse, you know. I mean, if something were to happen to my baby, I would probably just load all of my guns and kill the entirety of the people I've ever hated in this town, and then just Bonnie and Clyde it until someone gunned me down, because I love that little dog more than I can even put into words, you know. And we'll get into that later, but like, she really... and I'll explain it, but like, she saved my life pretty much, you know. The road that I was going down before she came in to my life was a dirt road, and I don't drive my cars down dirt roads because I don't like dirty cars. So, yeah, like, the dog basically saved my life. So, did the first chest workout. So let's see, I did arms and back, I've done shoulders. That was my first chest workout, which leaves me with the dreaded legs to do tomorrow. So I probably will find a good enough reason to take a day off tomorrow so that I can do legs fresh. But that's not an excuse. I've always done that. Even when training really, really heavy in the past, you know, when I was going real hard, I would always try to take my days off before back and chest, back and legs, because those are the two heaviest, most strenuous days. So I'll probably take a day off tomorrow. I might do like calves and forearms or something, and a little bit of cardio. But other than that, you know, that was my first chest workout. I did dumbbell presses, flat presses. I did some flies and some cable flies, and really that was it. I mean, 45-50 minutes of chest. Drinking my BCAAs right now. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to hop in the shower. I'll probably call my girl down in SoCal, tell her how much I miss her and miss being there with her. And after I do that, I will maybe get back to you guys again tonight. Alright, family. God bless you, and keep watching, man. These are gonna get better. They'll get better and better, like everything else in life. Trust me. I'll see you in a bit.